Hello everyone, MechFrog here. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the new Battletech beginner box recently released by Catalyst Game Lab. Even if you're already a longtime fan of the game, this box may offer a few things that you'll find valuable. If you're brand new to Battletech, this box is designed to just get you into that battlefield quickly. Before we get into the contents, for a box designed to get people into the game, the cover art is really good. It highlights the Vindicator, which is the unique sculpt found within the box. For the longtime players, this sculpt could be one of the major reasons to pick it up at your local game shop. The back of the box has all the things you would expect to see, and that's great too. Upon opening, we see the box organizer does a good job of keeping the models from being damaged, and right away lets the new player know which mech is which. The other items in this top layer include the 24-page novella by William H. Keith Jr., who Battletech fans will recognize as the author of Battletech novels such as Decision at Thunder Rift and The Price of Glory. The short story, titled Golden Rule, is set in the year 2990 in the Lyran Commonwealth. This is where I need to give you a little heads up concerning this insert. If you're a teacher introducing this game to a school gaming club, or giving this box to an under 18 player, you may want to consider removing the story insert before they get their hands on it, since the first scene takes place in a strip club, and there's an incidence of catcalling later on. While it doesn't go into any great detail, I would still err on the side of caution, at least read the story yourself and make a judgment call concerning a potential audience for it. You don't want to have any tough conversations with parents. The story itself is standard Battletech fare and does a good job of describing a few of the mechs in the box. It's a pretty quick and pretty harmless read. The next items in the box are the battle mech and player cards. The mech cards are interesting because Catalyst has done their best to condense your standard mech record sheet onto a single half sheet of paper. There are two sheets for the Locust, Griffin, Vindicator, and Thunderbolt, each with a different weapon loadout. I appreciate this, as I think the standard configuration of the Griffin with both weapons on one side of the mech is really not good for a new player. An old-time player will also quickly notice there's no internal structure or heat mentioned on these half sheets. These aspects of the game are not included on purpose in order to streamline the game for a new player. I think this is actually a really good thing for a new player because it's not quite as simple as Alpha Strike and not so complex that you're going to lose a new player. On the back of the sheets are some excerpts from the technical readouts on each mech, along with some cool Battletech art. I'm glad that the box included some of the piloting cards as well as an explanation in the Quick Start rules, as players will start accumulating those cards when they purchase additional mechs in those CGL boxes. You don't want them accidentally throwing them away. Under the plastic inserts, found the Quick Start rulebook and other items needed to play the game. The Quick Start rules are well written, have plenty of examples, pictures, and also include a call to action to pick up the full Battletech box set. The needed tables are there as well as a scenario for some variations on it for people who will want to play out their Griffin and Vindicator matches over and over again. One of my favorite things about this box is the die-cut sheet of mechs and forest textiles. As someone who played Battletech in 2nd edition with punch card paper mechs, this takes me back. While perhaps it wouldn't necessarily be considered a big thing to some who would rather have another couple of plastic models included instead, I find the card mechs to be charming. There are 2 die-cut Thunderbolts, which is an excellent mech for new players to use, as well as 2 of each for the Vindicator, Locust, and Griffin. The Forest Hexes are cool as they can help mix things up a little bit in the box provided map. The next item in the box is a primer on the Battletech universe, circa 3025. It has a general rundown for each of the major houses, along with a description of what a battle mech is and what mech warriors do. It's pretty standard fare, but good to include for a starter box. The last item is an advertisement for Ironwind Metals, which is cool because that company has done a really good job of preserving the legacy of metal battle mechs. I have some really good memories of sitting down with that Ral Partha catalog and planning out how we would spend our saved up allowances for another Battletech order. That's it for the box. While there's nothing unexpected here, I think it's a solid value for $25. If you knew someone who was into war games or other tabletop games like Warhammer or 40k, $25 is an incredibly low barrier to entry to give them a taste of what Battletech is. After that, hopefully the game can stand on its own and the community can keep growing its player base. I'm glad that this box exists as an option for people who want to dip their toes into the water and experience what the game is like before putting down the full $50 on the starter Battletech box. If you're a veteran Battletech fan, there's not too much here for you, and that's okay, because it's really not meant for veteran players. If you want the unique sculpt of the Vindicator and are as fond of the cardboard cutouts as I am, it could be worth it. Plus, the box will look really cool next to the others on your shelf. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. As always, thank you to my subscribers and Ko-Fi supporters. Without your support, these videos would be fewer and much farther in between. If you appreciate this and other Battletech content and want to show off your support, a Ko-Fi link is in the video comments. Supporters get access to our Discord server, as well as 3D printing STLs I've designed and other freebies along the way. Take care, be awesome, and go make the world a slightly better place today and tomorrow.